Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? I want to, like I said, I did a bunch of movie reviews and TV show reviews this week and weekend and this week. Now I want to talk about Land of the Lost, the TV show. I mean, not the TV show, the movie with Will Ferrell in it. Now I remember seeing commercials that heavily advertised in 2009, and I saw a bunch of people. I never saw it, and I came and see. I always wanted to. And a bunch of people saying, "Well, it's not that good. You're not missing anything." I've been wanting to see it, and I kind of forgot about it. I've been wanting to see it, and I forgot about it and stuff. And then finally I saw it. I talked to John. John said it's only okay. You're not really miss a whole lot. And I saw it on Amazon Prime. It was free on there. I was, oh man, I want to see it. So I watched it. I watched it on Thursday night. I finished watching it, or Friday night, or Thursday night, or I can't remember. Friday night, and I enjoyed it. And some of what they were saying was true. Some of what they were saying was true because the comedy worked great, but as like an action adventure or science fiction movie, it was only okay. I mean, the scenes weren't exciting. They didn't make the sleeve stack scary. Now, in the TV show, as a kid, the sleeve stack was really scary. But the comedy worked great. I mean, because I remember seeing a couple like comedic action films. I remember like Brendan Fraser's Journey to the Center of the Earth, which was funny and exciting at the same time. I really enjoyed it. And then The Rock did one, which I didn't see. And then I remember John and I going to theaters to see the Jumanji movies that The Rock did, both of them. And those were both funny but exciting and very engaging with the adventure story, but it comedic too. And they were those were perfect movies. But this one, the action stuff just didn't, I mean, it wasn't captivating enough. And the sets and stuff weren't that interesting. I mean, there were even when it seemed like they were never in any real danger, but there was lots of funny stuff in it, which I really enjoyed. Now, the funny stuff was great, especially the Matt Lauer interview, which bookends the movie. And then there's like a mid-credit scene. Yeah, I give it a 7 out of 10. And that's the biggest problem. Just the sci-fi adventure stuff just didn't work. Now, as far as the TV shows, I grew up on Sid and Marty Krofft. And I remember seeing a lot of shows Saturday mornings like Me versus My... Oh, okay. Oh, there must be... Is that another video? Boy, you get notifications up the butt. Richard Graper. Oh, shit. Is it still recording? Oh, I don't want to play. Okay. Then it got paused. Is it still recording? Oh, thank God. Okay. I screwed up my recording of that beef jerky. I had to edit it. But I mean, growing up on Sidney Marty Krofft, I remember a lot of the shows like Sidney and the Sea Monsters, and one show that no one remembers, Far Out Space Nuts. I remember seeing that. John doesn't say he never heard of the show. Here, the other, he never heard of that one. But that was with Chuck McCann and Bob Denver from Gilligan's Island. They're like maintenance men for NASA or something like that, and they pressed the wrong button. He said, "Hey, do you want lunch?" And they pressed launch instead of lunch, and they went out, and it's their adventures in outer space. And that was a very entertaining show. I remember seeing other shows like that, Sid and Marty, Sea Monsters, Electric Girl, and Dinah Woman and Electric Girl, Dinah Woman and Electric Girl, I believe it was. And of course, HR Puffin stuff, and which they showed. I mean, it was kind of cool. I mean, on Catechism was kind of a drag, but the nuns showed like a couple of like old films of HR Puffin stuff, which was kind of neat. But I mean, a lot of shows were neat, and then it was cool to I mean, I hadn't seen those shows since when I was a kid, and then I remember in Fort Bragg, I rented. I guess AFCO Embassy had like a couple of those, but they made the covers look so horrible you didn't want to rent them. But I rented Far Out Space Nuts. I loved it, but the cover was awful. And then and then I remember getting out of the Army, going to Fisher Big Wheel. We used to go all the time, and then Fisher Big Wheel was in its last days, the one I good. But it had like VHS tape of Sigmund and the Sea Monster. So I got that. It was 2 episodes. So I mean, I didn't see it. I didn't see it till then. And then Nick at Night would show like Sid and Marty Krofft week, and they would show the episodes. I was like, boy, these are low budget. And I remember seeing Land of Lost. Dan and I were shaking our heads. But it is really cheap looking when they were going off the raft on the. It would look really cheap. Well, I remember as a kid, it looked like $100 million and stuff like that. But I remember the flea stack were really scary in that show. Now with the movie, I mean, like I said, sci-fi stuff wasn't that super interesting like it was in the TV show. I mean, they went all these different like these big barren locations and stuff. But the TV show was great. But the biggest thing is they didn't make the flea stack scary at all. I mean, the effects and stuff were all right, but I mean, it just wasn't that engaging. You know, the dinosaurs that had the most time, and the dinosaur was a little bit funny, but not funny enough. I mean, the Will Ferrell stuff, especially with Matt Lauer, and it's weird seeing him in a different. Weird after all that thing of him being in hiding stuff, like he's not allowed on being banned from the Today Show, getting in big trouble like a couple years back. It's weird seeing him back when he was in his prime, he's in his heyday, and that scene with him and Will Ferrell, the boy, really, really funny. The best parts of the movie. It starts with the Today Show, then ends with that. Wow, then there's a mid-credit scene, but those are the best part of the show. I mean, I think I have my thumbnails at that too. But I mean, Land of Lost gets 7 out of 10. It's like I said, it's only okay. I mean, John was talking about it, and I was like, well, I didn't kill myself to see it and let it get free because a lot of people said negative things about it. You know, it looked really good. Said it wasn't that great and stuff like that. So I didn't want to set myself up for disappointment. But I mean, the comedic stuff was fine. It's just the action adventure stuff that didn't work. Sci-fi stuff didn't work. And I remember, and I was talking to John. I told John what I thought about when we played D&D. He agreed. And then I talked to him about WandaVision. Because he was the one that told me about WandaVision first. So that looked really weird. And then like a week or two later, I started to see commercials for it on regular TV. Because no one, and I loved WandaVision the first 2 episodes. I asked John what he thought of WandaVision. And then people playing D&D say, hey, no spoilers, don't give anything away. I wasn't going to. There wasn't much to give away anyways. They're just in 2 weird sitcoms, like a Virgin Bewitched and Dick Van Dyke Show. And then John said he watched like maybe half the first episode and gave up on it. So I loved it. And it seems like I'm in the minority on that. I mean, you know, and then I'll see where it goes from there. But there you have it. I hope you like this review of Land of Lost. Finally got to see it after 12 years. Because some movies get lost in the shuffle now. You know, it's like, there's just too much going on now. It's like, I don't have time for all this stuff. It's like, did you see this show, this show? It's like, I don't have the time to watch all this stuff. It's just too much. And when growing up, we had like regular cable. And we had regular TV in the movies. I didn't have cable. But I mean, we had like, we could start renting videotapes and stuff like that. So, I mean, we were pretty much caught up on everything. And then all the stuff now with streaming, different channels, streaming, different programming on all these new channels and stuff. It's just a lot to take in. So I hope you like this review of Land of Lost. Everybody, till next time, please take care, my legion. All right. I'm going to do a Wet Wednesdays video.